Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show reviews. And today we are reviewing The Lost City, brand new romantic comedy adventure starring Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock. So, was it good? Was it bad? And should you be watching? The Lost City, the throwback to the old school Romancing the Stone, an homage to those kind of adventure romantic comedies that we don't really seem to get much of anymore. And someone somewhere was like, you know what? We could totally update this and throw some pretty and new people into it, or newish people into it. So to that end, we get Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock as the adventuring duo, and in a surprising and fun kind of turn of a role, we get Daniel Radcliffe as the rich bad guy that wants to get the treasure. And I want to say it's as simple as that, but it really is as simple as that. Sandra Bullock plays a romance writer. I guess you could even call it almost trashy, sexed up adventure novel starring a hunky blonde guy who Channing Tatum plays the cover model for, and a smart archaeologist woman who I suppose is a stand-in for herself. And she's been doing this. She's very successful and she's got a lot of fans. But she's sort of been phoning it in after the death of her husband, who was also in real life an archaeologist. And she goes out to promote her latest book, in which she kills off her characters, and it's just kind of putting it, in. And in the process, she sort of makes her the cover model, Channing Tatum, whose name is Alan. Her name's Loretta, of course, and sort of just like it's all over. And in the process, I guess she lets out some real information in the Lost City book, because rich guy Daniel Radcliffe, the big villain, kidnaps her so that she can help him find this actual lost city, this great treasure, because his rich daddy doesn't love him enough to give him the company, the $1 billion company. So instead, he wants to prove he's the best son, and that really is more or less the plot. Channing Tatum decides to go and Alan decides to go and save her, and enlist the help of a guy named Jack Trainer, who really is basically the real life version of the fictional character who he is a cover model for. And as people call Alan, is like, I guess, a himbo, which is a weird term that I don't ever really use, but he's well meaning and not cut out for the adventuring lifestyle, but because he has feelings for Loretta and respects her and everything, and really just wants her to be safe and okay, not just physically, but mentally and etc. Goes after her even though he's poorly equipped for it. And after a fun little action sequence early on, in which Brad Pitt's character comes in and is fun and then sort of goes away, the two of them have to sort of make their way through it. And it proceeds as you expect. It's fairly predictable. There's adventures, there's bumbling getaways, but also they get to know each other a little more, and her expectations or her assumptions about Alan are subverted, and she gets to see more of who he is, and he gets to see, I guess, confirm that what he thinks he sees in her is there. And of course, there's action, and there's actually is a treasure and all that fun stuff. It very much is, Indiana Jones-ish, Romancing the Stone sort of thing. So, well, what's so great about that? If it's just, all like other things you've seen, it's because it's a damn funny movie. This movie is, just for me, I was laughing almost the entire time I was watching it. There's a lot of great setups. There's some great lines. There's some great gags. This is really a situation where two people who should not be out in the jungle are out in the jungle. So of course there's going to be silliness there, but also just silliness in the fact that Daniel Radcliffe's evil guy he's evil but not evil. Like it's like some of the banality of evil, you could even call it. His motivations are stupid, but he's really seeing it through to the end. there's also just the fact that, these two are kind of clashing at each other. So Alan and Loretta are sort of clashing, but also sort of drawing together. And so her expectations of thinking of what he's like and what he really thinks and what his worth, I suppose, as a person, are completely off. And he sort of goes along proving it, not least the fact that he's literally risking his life to help save her. And I just, like I said, I had a lot of fun. This movie was just funny, fun. The adventure bits were just right. It slowed down a little bit in some parts where some of the side characters were doing something off screen. When that happened, I was like, whatever, it doesn't, whatever is going on there. But when they came back to the two of them, and the chemistry between Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock was just great. I mean, I could watch another movie with these guys working together. I think it will be on point. The way at the end, Daniel Radcliffe just having a chance to stretch out of his good guy, the roles he usually gets and all that. It's fun. It's just fun stuff. And I think there's quite a few jokes in there that people will quote back at other people. So just overall, I think it's a great movie. I think it's a good fun time. You don't have to bring too much of your brain to this. They're gonna supply all of that for you. Just be prepared to have a good fun time. And I recommend it. Get out there and go see it. So if you did see it, what did you think about it, and what did you think about my commentary? Why don't you get down to the comment section, let me know what you think. And of course, you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com, or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter, and we can chop it up. Let's hope we get a second one of these in this series. I think it would be great. All right, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, thanks once again for joining me on this review. Come back. We have more reviews in the future. Until then, I've been Mole Poupée, your resident fabricant and comic extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.